Hello, welcome. This is SeeWing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network, and we help mom and pop investors throughout the country for the past 2 decades to buy out-of-state remote passive investment properties, namely single-family home residential investing. This is our primary focus, although our secondary focus will be duplex, triplex, and fourplex. And yep, this is the our business model. And like I said, we help regardless of your actual primary residence, regardless of where you live, you have the ability. If your local market uh, does not make sense to do rental properties, then perhaps you may need to look at some other locations outside your neck of the woods, right? I mean, beyond uh, your area. So buying out of state have a lot of challenges, obviously, and the risk is very, very high. But however, if you use the right concept, if you use the right methodology, the right philosophies, and you can succeed. And a lot of people have achieved success using this method. I'm not saying everyone should adopt this particular investment philosophy, but for those that are open to it, they have become very successful, and we have helped hundreds and hundreds of risk investors to buy out-of-state passive remote control uh, investment properties. And okay, so and the thing that we practice, as I said, I'm going to share that with you right now. All right. So here we go. All right. So there are three concepts I want to share with you, which is critical to your success. Now, I know some of you, for whatever reason, you want to use the method of do it yourself, right? You're the Lone Ranger, if you will. Find your own properties in the multiple listing service, manage the property yourself, fix up the property yourself, those kind of things. If you want to use that method, by all means, it's your choice, but I do not recommend it, obviously, because it's just way too much risk. So you need to embrace a new methodology which has been successful for the past 20 years, as long as we've been around. So uh, this is the wave of the future, by the way. You have to work smart, work efficiently, and then you have to just trust somebody in your team. All right, so the three concepts I'm going to share with you is number one is OPM, other people's money. Number two is OPK, which is other people's knowledge. And finally, the number three concept, which is critical to your business success, is OPL, which is other people's labor. So let's go over each concept for a few minutes, then we should conclude with this presentation in the next 10 minutes or less. So OPM is using other people's money, is leveraging your debt with money. Uh, that means as a risk investor, as a mom and pop risk investor that you are, you need to, of course, you can buy, investment property with all cash. That's fine. We hear that from time to time, but I highly recommend you to get an investment loan, to do financing, right? Do 20 to 25% down payment to buy an investment property. That way, your return, your return on your investment is higher because you're only, if you were to buy a $200,000 investment, single family home investment property, but you're only putting like 20% down, which is like including closing costs is around $50,000. You're merely risking $50,000 of your money, which is to buy a $200,000 income producing physical asset, right? So think about that. What other investment asset class out there you can get this? You can get a leveraging. You can't leverage, you can't borrow to buy a stock. You cannot borrow to buy a mutual fund out there, right? For your IRAs or for your investment strategy. So with real estate, you can do that, right? So embrace the concept of the OPM, other people's money. You're leveraging a lender. You're leveraging a mortgage. So your ability to have good credit is critical, right? So each property you buy, you're only risking 20 to 25% of the asset that you're buying. So that's leveraging your money, put little money down to achieve uh, much greater return as opposed to buying any kind of asset with all cash. Does that make sense? So OPM is leveraging your mortgage. When you buy a property, get financing at a very low historical investment rate, which is typically around 3.5 to 3.8% to do a 30-year amortized mortgage. And of course, uh, we're not going to talk about that because it'll take another presentation to do that. But you buy a $200,000 brand new property, you leverage at 20 to 25% down payment. And if the rent is around 15 to 1600 with 25% down payment on the leverage of a loan, you will achieve net positive cash flow, right? I'm just giving you one example. Another example, if you were to buy an investment property for like $50,000, you can still get financing, believe it or not. You put 20% down, right? And your total down payment is not even $10,000. But if the property rent for like $750 per month, gross rent, right? Then you should, if you, the gross rent minus your mortgage, taxes, insurance, and property management fee, those kind of things, then you're gonna achieve not only positive cash flow monthly and annually, but you can also have some return on the appreciation potential at 3 to 4% historical average appreciation potential. All right. So OPM. So if you agree, it's very, very important. And the other thing is OPK, which is other people's knowledge. Look, you as an investor, yes, you need to get educated, understand uh, real estate, knowledge, and everything else is a lifetime journey. So, yeah, you have to learn about it. But once you execute on your action plan, you need to leverage other people's knowledge. Who are those people? You have to embrace and open to it and trust your team. You have to find yourself a team. Who are they? Your team that will help you achieve with the success, or your realtor that are doing the transaction to buy a particular home rental property you're buying, and uh, then as you continue with your journey uh, down the road, you need the services of a tax accountant who can help you file, do the tax return on your real estate portfolio. You need a potentially not all of you, but many of you need to at some point in time hire a lawyer to potentially to do some asset protection, to some title your property with a limited liability company (LLC), right, to protect your assets from creditors and what have you. And then, of course, a few other financial professionals, of course, your investment loan agents that help you with the financing of your investment property. So, among others, right, and your insurance agent uh, that that can get the insurance coverage for your rental property. So, so having said that, and of course, some of you may need a mentor or financial coach. So that individual also should be a part of your financial team. So uh, learn the basics of real estate, but you do not need to become an expert. That's why surround yourself with a team of financial professional. You are the center of the universe, and by having a circle of influence of people that can help you, so you can make your job a lot easier. Because therefore, uh, once you leverage a trusted team to help you to achieve your long-term investment goals, whether you buy one rental properties or 10 or 30 rental properties, you don't have to waste time to study, to become an expert in any of these areas, tax, legal, real estate terms, all those kind of things. So that's why it's important to work as a team. The acronym for team is together everyone will achieve more. So is that what I mean? Uh, Together everyone, yeah, achieve more. Yeah, that's my definition of a team. All right. And finally, OPL. OPL stands for other people's labor. No more TNT. TNT stands for tenants and toilets, right? So your other people's labor, that part of your team are your property managers, your contractors, the rehabbers, right? The people do all the dirty work for you. Look, to own rental property, you do not have to fix the doorknob. You do not have to nail, use a hammer and nail. I mean, that's physical work, right? Hire somebody, hire those hard labor to help you do. You don't need to get down and dirty. You, the way you create your real estate portfolio is to, I mean, is a portfolio, just like in mutual funds, just like a stock portfolio. You don't need to do physical labor. You do not need to do this full time. You leverage your property manager. Your property manager will do all the pre-screening of the potential tenants. They will do the eviction. They will do the maintenance and upkeep on your properties, whether your property is located 200 miles away or 3,000 miles away. You can do that. I'm not asking you to give up 100%, your control of your properties. You just control those teams. You control the property manager. You you supervise them. You monitor them. Make sure they're doing a good job. Your not only your property managers. In case you need some do some rehabs down the road, your rehab team, your contractor team, those people, right, that would help to maintain your properties over time. So that's the key, right? So OPL is to that's important, right? So you could focus on what's important to you, right? As a real estate investor, whether you own one rental property, regardless of the physical location, whether you own 10 properties or 30 properties, you do not need to work full time in your real estate business. Focus on what is important to you. If you want to focus on your career or your regular job, if you have children, focus on prioritize your life with your children and with your spouse. If you like to travel a lot, and then you can focus on your travel and having a good time and not needing to spend full-time hours to manage your so-called real estate portfolio, right? So to recap, the three important concepts among other important concepts, if you want to achieve financial goals using real estate, buy more than one rental property in specific locations. I cannot get into details about the specifics. You have to look at my other YouTube channels, right? You feel free to click the subscribe button on this video and you will see other weekly videos that we have put out together. And of course, at the bottom of my video, you could click my website so you could log in, put down your email into our membership tab, login newsletter tab, so you receive on a weekly basis 2 or 3 video newsletters about specific opportunities or to further your real estate education free. So you can become a free member of our organization. We can, down the road, we have the practical information to help you take action, right? You get the knowledge for the time being, but at the end of the day, knowledge without action is worthless, right? Make sense? So hopefully you're learning something, you receive value from this particular podcast. But and thank you so much for listening. And this is SeeWing Yee from the Yee Network. Have a nice day. Bye bye.